Welcome back to the Fathers of Mercy here in Auburn, Kentucky, back on Holy Smokes. And today we are going to talk about who the father is of St. Joseph, the foster father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Now in the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke, there are two genealogies, and there's a controversy, because in each of these genealogies, a different man is named as the father of St. Joseph. So in the Gospel of Matthew, it calls Jacob the father of Joseph. In the Gospel of Luke, it says that Heli is the father of Joseph. Now the church fathers believe the reason for this was because St. Joseph was a child of what was called a levirate marriage, or a marriage according to the law of Yibam, which was very common in the Old Testament and is actually referenced by Christ in the Gospels. Now, a levirate marriage is when a man marries a woman and he dies before they can have a child. And if this deceased man has a brother, this brother is bound to marry the widow and to have a child that would be considered the deceased husband's child. So according to the flesh, that child would be the brother's child. But according to the law, that child would be the dead husband's child. Now this was commanded by God, and the reason for this was so that the man's name would not be blotted out of Israel. So his name would not be forgotten, but it would be carried on through this child that was raised up by his brother. Now the fathers of the church believe that St. Joseph was one of these children, that one of these men named in the genealogy was his father according to the flesh, while the other man is Joseph's father according to the law. So most likely, in the Gospel of Matthew, who names Jacob as the father of Joseph, this was probably the deceased man. And his brother, in the Gospel of Luke, is named as Heli. That's probably the deceased husband's brother and St. Joseph's father according to the flesh. So hopefully this kind of clears some things up for you in regards to the genealogies of Christ and some of the inconsistencies, but also gives you an idea of the Jewish law and how that pertains to St. Joseph. Dominus Vobiscum, benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.